safari njema ambayo umeweza kutuleta na kutufikisha sehemu hapa tukiwa salama, Mungu wetu. Asante kwa sababu ya mheshimiwa wetu ambaye ameweza kujitoa ili kuweza kufika sehemu hii, Mungu wetu. Asante pia kwa walimu wetu wakuu ambao tumeweza kufika na tukajumuika pamoja. Nitaomba tutakapoanza mkutano wetu uweze kuanza pamoja na sisi na umalize pamoja na sisi pia, katika jina la Yesu aliye Bwana na Mwokozi wetu. Amen.
Honorable Member, Funds Manager of the CDE, Special Chairman, and our principals. Good morning. Thank you so much for having made it here today. It's indeed a big day. I know most of us have really waited for this day. I can imagine what Mr. Wendo could be saying. I don't know. So I won't take my time. I want to welcome our Funds Manager to give us the opening remarks, and then we progress from there.
Thank you so much, Tito. Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Paul Diego, our Sub-County Director of Education, Kesha Chairman, our team from NGCDF, and all our dear principals. Good morning. Good morning. Morning once more. Yes, my name is Jeff Haro, the Fund Account Manager, Chesumei and CDF. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this very important meeting. And we want to apologize for starting a bit late. Morning, and Mheshimiwa, karibu sana for having got time to be with us this morning. Of course, out of your very busy schedule, I know this was a very short notice. We invited these principals, I think it was on Friday evening, if I'm not wrong, and that was upon consulting with you, and you gave us the go-ahead that we can have this meeting this morning. So I want to say thank you so much, our principals, for honoring our invite despite that very short notice, and of course also understanding the fact that we've waited for this day for quite some time. We had no option but to make it as brief as that. Now, so that we don't take my time, allow me to just do a quick round of introductions so that we can be able to proceed. And I want to start with our team from NGCDF. Whatever they are, just be upstanding. I wish you could turn, I don't know how, so that you can be seen. Yes. Probably not all of them are here, because there are very few. Let them just introduce themselves so that we can get to hear their voices.
Good morning once again. I'm Rotich Gladys Chepto, Secretary Chesumei CPF. Karibuni sana, tunawapenda kama wana Chesumei.
Honorable Member, Paul Diego, all protocol observed. My name is Gilbert Rotich, Member at GCDF.
Say, just a minute, just say where you come from, which wards are you representing?
I come from Lelmoko, Gachek ward.
I'm from Kosarai ward.
Good morning, Paul Chiangi from Cocktail Kamoyo ward.
Good morning. I am Simon Serem from Kombe, Cocktail Kamoyo ward, Karibun sana.
Habari yenu? Joseph Rob kutoka Kiptuya. Mungu awabariki sana. Yes, thank you so much. I think those are the few members who are attended.
Area of National Assembly, Bwana Paul Bieko, principals, constituency office, CDF, and all protocol of staff. Good morning. My name is normally Kipimbai Koko, NGCDF chairman from Captain Kamoewa. Karibuni.
Thank you so much, sorry Chair, for that. Now, we have another 2 or so members who are not with us. One member was here, Mheshimiwa, in the morning, but he had an agenda meeting to attend. That's Madam Janet Shevera from Tuya, representing our minority group from the constituency. I think another 2 members, another 1 member sent apology, who could also be with us. Otherwise, it could be full house. Our DCC, Mheshimiwa, is also supposed to be part of that team. I know she could be held up with other responsibilities. We also have our team from the constituency office here, Mheshimiwa. The staff who are here, we can kindly stand for the presentation. Yeah, that is, there are many. Yeah, I know quite a number of them are also around and about assisting us in one way or another. Thank you so much, our dear colleagues from the constituency office. Now, Mheshimiwa, you'll allow me now to pass the mic to our Kesha chair so that he can be able to introduce his team. There is a team which have made us to be here this morning so that we can get to know who is here. Karibu sana Kesha chair.
Thank you, sir. Member of National Assembly, support the director, CDF manager, CDF chairman, colleague principals. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, it's very cold, and you can hear my voice is not so nice, but let's bear with the situation of the coldness. We adjust to it. Tulikuwa tumezoea joto and we were sweating so much, complaining at the same time. Now it is raining, we are also complaining. Let's just like it, the situation the way it is. So this morning we are grateful that we have met here for this very wonderful and noble cause of receiving checks that will assist our students in our schools. So we are very grateful. Now I want to introduce you. Principals, you just stand up. I think if I say, we say your names, but you can quickly say your name. Just your name, eh? Your name and school. Don't greet us, eh? I've greeted all of you. That's always Mama Tunausema, I'm so and so from this school. Okay?
I'm also Janet Tuya.
Nasiego Kakijuga. Asirikwa Florence Dapchapon.
Naitwa Rebecca Sigai, Mwin Adventist.
Mr. Bushene, Proviasi Mwekaputu.
Anthony Kaino, Christ the King.
Eliud Kemboy, Saniak. Barnabas Duley, FCCU Secondary School. Kimel Samuel Rotich, AIC Chile Secondary School.
Auntie Rotich, Getek.
Magut Meshak, Sevichut Kokwit.
Team Josephine Samu Secondary.
Julia Tuendo, Nyongaria Secondary.
Charles Joguna, AIC Sirgoi Model.
Chona Mdiki, SK Lagat.
Yaramake Boy, AIC Mutwot.
James Sebastian Lagat, and Sylvester Sironoi.
Cyprian Chesang, Martin Bell.
Steven Lagat, AIC Musoria.
Matei, AIC Kamorkuiwa.
Mrs. Kelly, St. Paul's SK Captain Girls.
Orit, Namakasori School.
Vivian Gene, AIC Jimfonia Secondary School.
Nicholas Gogo, AIC Tuko Mix.
Kolum Stella, Captain Del Secondary.
Sultan Solomon, Captain Cobb.
Wando Rosman, Sixiket. Port Coast K, Kosara High School.
Thank you, colleagues, for your introduction. Chesumei, you realize that there are quite a number of new faces. Yeah, because some of us are acting. One of us retired last Friday. That is Mr. Chongi from Kokwet. So we have new faces, and I believe they know what has been going on. We've been sharing, and they know exactly what to expect from CDF. Members, this day, as I said earlier, has come at the time when we were really looking forward to receiving these funds, because generally life has become so difficult in our schools with limited resources, especially capitation from the ministry. It has been quite difficult to run. In fact, generally in the national or all over the country, there has been a talk that a day school should be allowed to close early, even by next week, because they are not able to continue providing the services. I don't know whether we are able to close by next week. Will it relieve us? Will it make it life slightly easy? Or will it help our students in any way? I don't think it will. But generally, if we receive this check today, I believe then we shall be able to push and move on until next time without major or big problems in terms of running and sustaining the students in school. I think it's a new life that we need to get used to. It's the only time, or it's the only year, that almost 99% of our schools have witnessed a reduction in enrollment. If there is any school that has had an increase in enrollment, but all our schools, our enrollment has gone down. The services that we provide remain the same. The employees that we have is almost constant. So it means therefore that we need to adjust the resources that we have in order to fit the services that we provide. And when we receive these checks finally, I believe we are going to use for the purposes of maintaining our students in school and making their stay comfortable. I want to end there and wish you well, and only add that all of us will remain focused, will remain aligned to what is happening in our sub-county. Chesumei, we had a positive deviation in terms of performance in KCSE, which is an indicator therefore that your assistance has actually kept the students in school, and this has translated to an improvement in performance. We believe we'll do better this year. Let's work hard. Let's do the much we can to assist the learning. Asanteni sana, mbarikiwe.
Okay, thank you very much. Asante sana, Chairman wetu. I think he's already made his remarks, so without taking my time, I want us to hear from our SADA, Madam Rachel. Karibu sana.
Our guest of the day, Honorable Paul Kibichi Biego. Thank you for the for the invite and the good work in Chesumei. All protocol observed. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Let me take this opportunity to thank God for this day and to thank you, our MP, for the support we have as Chesumei. This program has really made our learners to be retained in school, and there was some great improvement in terms of academics and co-curriculum in Chesumei. We are the leading as by now. We have our learners who are going to regional, and they are ready to travel to Nakuru now. Let me take this opportunity also to thank your teachers for implementing. I know it is hard to implement, but we want to implement it to 100%. So let us maintain what we were told and what we had agreed with our MP on those amounts that you are supposed to receive from CDF and the parent. Our CD was saying that we have to comply, and we have to comply as the Ministry of Education, as what our MP has done. I don't think in other places we have such program which can make our learners be in school. Nobody can give you such amount of money just to sponsor learning to be in school. Others will pocket. It's no good. But as we are lucky, we have that money which is being issued to our school. Our MP, thank you for also for supporting us in terms of classrooms. It is not only in secondary school. We are the leading sub-county in terms of classrooms in from 2020. This is the only sub-county who have implemented. We have 23 classrooms from this office, from CDF. We are so grateful. We have to say thank you. I know I have only some very small deviation for learners who have not received these classrooms. There is phase 4, which is ongoing. And as time goes, all of them will be having classrooms. Thank you so much. And also for giving us these emergency toilets. I've seen most of the schools are very happy. And I say thank you, because they said we are receiving money. We don't have toilets, but the NTCDF is giving us money for emergency. We say thank you. Let us implement. I know our learners will be the emerging. And as we say, we are what? We are leaders. And others what? Follows. That is our slogan. We must be the leaders. And the others will follow us. Yes, the other sub-county will follow us. And that is what we have led. We are leading in terms of infrastructure, in terms of academics. We are doing well. It is only that we have some small problems that we have to improve in some areas that we'll have to discuss. Hence, in terms of academics, thank you so much. I don't have much. Thank you.
Asante sana. Let's give her one good one kwa sababu ya yale yote ambayo amesema. You know, we are now the leading, Chesumei sub-county is leading academically, sports-wise, and everything that she has mentioned. It's also said that it's only Chesumei constituency who have managed to give us some extra classrooms for the JSS, and we are the leading again in Nandi. I want us to give Chesumei constituency countrywide, eh? That is countrywide. Sasa tutengeneze iko msito kidogo. Tuipambe kiasi and then tuipime. Tuachilie. Asante sana. That one is for Mheshimiwa for having facilitated Chesumei constituency and NDCDF team to give us all the projects. SCD yako lazima tukupatie kwa kutupatia taarifa hiyo nzuri. Tuitayarishe vizuri, tumpatie. Asante sana. And then the positive deviation yenye tumesikia kwa performances ya last year, we have to give it to the principals. Hapa namna gani? They really need to have it and they deserve it fully. Tuweke kubwa sasa. Hii ni ya principal. Wape Mr. Wando. Wachilia. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Now, let me take this opportunity to call upon our funds account manager to give his brief, and then he will invite our chief guest today, Honorable Paul Ego, aendelee na program. Thank you. Karibu.
But thank you once more. I think mine will be very brief because I made some few remarks. First and foremost, as I mentioned, I want to thank our able member of National Assembly for giving us this opportunity to serve the people of Chesumei and also to work in collaboration with all the stakeholders of Chesumei. Our dear principals, as I had mentioned, this is a day which we've waited for quite some time. I know we are almost coming to the close of the first term, and what we are about to give you is maybe what we would have otherwise given you at the beginning of the term. But unfortunately, as we all are aware, and I think the Kesha chairs put it well, the resources don't come as we expect. The resources don't come as we have planned. And sometimes there are delays, not because we want to delay the program, but because sometimes we also receive the resources a bit late. Sometimes we receive resources and we realize they are not sufficient enough even to call you for such a meeting. And we have to keep waiting until such a time when we are sure we have something small that we can all share. So that is the reason why probably we've had this funding delay. It is because of the delay from the Treasury and even from our NGCDF board. Nevertheless, we want to appreciate the fact that you guys have been very patient. I know you really made efforts to ensure that the children are kept in school. We've not had much challenges in terms of children being sent home for fees, although I know it's not been very easy on your side. But we want to appreciate the fact that you've been very patient and you've tried to manage the little resources that you've had until such a time that we can also share the little that we have. I want to also appreciate the fact that this program, when it started last year, we went on very well, right from the time we launched the program at Kosirai High School. It was around February last year, all the way to the closure of the year. And I am sure we were able to do our side of the bargain. And as has been said, it has been attested here that that money has really made an impact. One, I'm sure children were retained in school, almost 100%. Secondly, we've also heard about the performance, that there was some positive deviation, meaning that that money has had some impact. I'm sure even our parents back at home has got some bit of relief, because what they used to pay, that amount has been significantly reduced. Although we are still aware that even the little that they are expected to pay, they may not be paying promptly, and they may not even be paying 100%. But all the same, we want to appreciate that you are working very well with all those stakeholders to ensure that there is success in your schools. I know Mheshimiwa will be speaking a lot to it. This is a program that really takes a good percentage of our bursary resources. Almost 50% of what we set aside as bursary goes to this program, Mheshimiwa, because we saw it well through your council and through your foresight that this is a worthy cause, so that our children, who are actually the majority, can get a benefit out of this bursary fund. And therefore, we expect at the end of the day that let this fund, as much as it looks small, let it make an impact in our schools and ultimately in our communities. Today, I know all our day schools are represented here. There are 7 of them. And what we are about to do is the first disbursement for this year. That is the first term disbursement. And of course, I know Mheshimiwa will be giving more details on the same. We'll have next term and probably even the last term for the year. And Mheshimiwa, I think we have committed as a constituency that this is a journey that we want to work for as long as this program is available, so that our children who started in Form 1 last year can move on until they get to Form 4 with this kind of assistance, and of course, with the help of our parents and our very good government through the Ministry of Education. So teachers, we want to say, let's keep up the spirit, let's continue supporting the program, so that at the end of the day, the objective, which was initially initiated, can be achieved, and we'll all appreciate the same. Otherwise, without much ado, I want to ask all these members to join me in welcoming our Honorable Member of Parliament, who is our chief guest for the day, so that he can make his remarks and give us a way forward. Karibuni sana, Mheshimiwa. We want to say we really appreciate all what you are doing in Chesumei. It's not in vain. It is for the benefit and the good of our people, and I'm sure it shall go with the rewards that it is deserved. Otherwise, thank you so much, members. Karibuni sana. Wacha tupatie Mheshimiwa a round of applause as he addresses us. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa. Moja, mbili, tatu. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Thank you so much, Bwana Chebi, for ushering me in. At the onset, may I take this opportunity to say good morning to all of you. Good morning. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asifiwe tena. Bas, well, because of new faces who are here, my name is Paul Bichibiego, Member of Parliament, Chesumei, and let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this meeting. Thank you so much. Some of you kept time. Some of us were held by rain. I think today it has disrupted our timings. Usually I like keeping time, but all the same, I thank God that He has put us here together. So for all the participants who are here, Farm Manager Asante, because of facilitating this meeting, and he has been our institutional memory since he's been here. The third Member of Parliament he's working with. Our CDE, thank you so much for availing your time. Your office has been very instrumental in helping us try and implement this program. When Esemere, who left your predecessor, was always there for us. Thank you so much, because we've also started doing work with you. We don't take your presence for granted. Thank you so much, and pass our regards to the CDE, who also has been very instrumental. The CAPTCHA Chair, thank you so much. I think in the beginning we were a small team who was discussing all these issues about how we can progress on CEBI, Chesumei Elimbora initiative, and you were very instrumental with the planning team, so thank you so much, Bwana Chair. I also take this opportunity to thank my team, both from the constituency office and from the CDF. Thank you, Mzee Tionini, who has been our chair for the first quarter, and for the second quarter now that we are trying a youthful chair. So thank you so much, the committee members. I'll not forget the constituency staff headed by Tito. We also have Tarno, Silas, and today also we've been joined with a few of our appointments who usually are within our villages. At least they will take this opportunity to introduce them, so that I wanted them to get aligned, because there are many of them who sometimes lose the concepts, and so that can help us talk to the parents and talk to the constituents. So maybe let me take this opportunity to actually introduce properly the constituency office. I think TP had done the CDF office. So once again, the constituency office, Mama, so that I give you people better introduction. Yeah, this is Titus. Titus is the manager of the constituency office. And of course, we have to work alongside with the CDF. So thank you, Bana Titus. We have the assistant manager, who is Tarno. Tarno is the assistant manager. And thank you so much, because it's the constituency office also which made us, we cooked this issue of CEBI until it has now become food good enough. So that is Bonatarno from Sania. Thank you. We have our appointment from different villages. We have Benjamin from Kaputo. Thank you so much, Benjamin. We have Leja Kikwech from Koserai. Thank you so much. We have Noah, is formerly known as Pepsacidet from Kombe from Kichabo. Thank you so much, Noah. Tuko na Darne hapo. Darne is from here, Chimundu. We have Bernard there. Bernard is from Kapsisiwa. We have got Sola there. Sola is from Kapchepko. And Jose Mandela, who is also from Kapchepko. Good. We have Kenei, who is just from around Baraton. And we have Councillor Maritime from Kapten. So welcome, all of you. But now let me just go straight to why we are here, where we are from, where we are going, and what I expect, and so that when we leave it open for you teachers, you can give us your feedbacks. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for those of you, many of you, who have actually helped us in ensuring that this program becomes a success. It was not easy in the beginning, because anything that you start has teething problems. Just like the problems we were encountering in the national government, trying to put SHA, to implement SHA. There are those that are saying it is working, those are saying it's not working. But at least for me, for this Elimu Bora initiative, I'm really very happy, because on the onset, I think I could say 80%. We had a success of 80%, and later we actually almost have achieved 90%. But there's still the 10% teething problems, which I know we have solutions, or solutions are in this house. When we were discussing on how we are going to disburse these funds, we had actually planned to disburse it in a way of a function, like the one we did in Koserai, but we later realized that because it's not really up and running, Kapisa, there are some maybe 1, 2, 3 compliant schools, then we realized that it is better to have a boardroom meeting, so that come next year or the other year, we can now actually have a bigger function where we would invite dignitaries from other constituencies and friends, so that people can know what is happening in Chesumei. It looks like very few people understand what we are doing, and the only people who can make people understand are you people who are in this office. Well, for the people who are new, who have been sent as representatives, as much as how Funds Manager was saying this is 100%, but I think with the attendance list we have around 34, so I don't know, Chair, who are missing around 3? is it easy to establish who? Yes.
She has a patient in hospital.
Oh, she has a patient. Masaba. Oh, the lady.
She has a sick child.
She has a sick child.
She said she will try to be here.
Okay. So, Dr. Lee, you can stand in for her.
It's okay.
Yeah. And Kipongorwa, who will stand in. Oh, good. You're Mr. Koske. Jemuswa. Good. And lastly, oh, you're not side attendance, eh? Ah, okay. So I think now, yeah, then we'll be 100% of this. Non-apology is as good as attendance. Good. So, for those who are hearing what we are saying for the first time, let me just say, of course, Madam Rachel, who maybe has come in midway. What we agreed, I had an idea which I did not know whether it is going to work or not. But when I called my constituency office, we talked about it and we saw that it is workable. We borrowed a leaf from Kiharu and other constituencies who actually give food. This is actually lunch program. So when we went there, we went with a team from NGCDF all the way up to Kiharu where they had a launch for this, I don't know what they called theirs, Kiharu Masomobora. So when we came back, we said we must do something in Chesumei. And we did not know how quite well we should do it. So I called all new principals. We had a candid discussion at my place. And I thank you so much because even that time, HAB did not come for that meeting. He was away. And you gave me ideas. And we all agreed. Maybe there were only 3 or so head teachers as at that time who were preferring us to actually give you the foodstuffs. But that was overridden by the majority. Then we agreed that let us adopt the system of Kiharu in a different manner, in a manner that we convert it to cash. And we did not agree, or we did not impose this system to you people. We agreed mutually. It was a mutual agreement and understanding. I would not be able to implement a system without your concurrence. You are the officers on the ground, you are the implementers, so there was no way a member of parliament would macro manage your institutions. And I'm very happy that we started the program after being in concurrence, and that is where, and that is the position I am in up to now. I employ new principles that if there will be any deviation, if the system will not work, then it is you people to also tell us so that we sit and maybe amend. But for as long as we don't sit and amend, then whatever we have agreed is law. And I would expect each and every principle to comply. There may be some different variations as a result of the positioning of the institutions in this constituency. On a case by case, I am open for discussion just to see whether they can be a tailor-made proposal for individual schools. But that one, you will really need to prove that it is worth having a separate program for that particular institution. But since the topography of Chesumei, we are almost the same. We are almost the same ecosystem the purchasing of foodstuffs, the transportation, we are not even classified as a hardship. I don't think there's any teacher who receives hardship allowance because generally it is almost uniform. The only difference is population and where the schools have been situated. So let us agree that for as long as you take this money, then it means you're in agreement with all what comes with these proposals of ours. There were some few schools, I may not mention the names, but there were some few schools which somehow had very critical problems. I don't know why. One school, I had invited them for a meeting. I was actually very busy at a tough time, but I created time for a certain school. I gave them an appointment, but somehow they did not turn up for reasons best known to themselves. And as a result, then I assumed that they are now in compliance with whatever we are saying. But it will actually be, you will really be out of order, any principle now going against what we agreed, because we all agreed. I cannot be able to supervise each and every individual school. And we are now government. We are serving the same government. We need to speak the same language. I really pray that by the time we are getting out of this room, then we are speaking the same language. Because we will confuse the electorates. As much as how I am their member of parliament, the people who implement are equal in schools. So if I say something, wherever I am walking around, be it in funerals, be it in Arambes, be it in wherever, when I tell them that we have agreed principles A, B, C, D, some of them sometimes get shocked. Sometimes people are put by surprise. So I'm calling upon you people that we are partners in this. These are our children. And I employ you new people. It is this particular meeting that you will either declare whether you're in the program or not. But because of the attendance that I'm seeing here, then I believe we are all on board. Why did we have to do this? This program is a win-win situation for almost everybody. There are 5 advantages of this CEBI, Chesumei Elibobora initiative. The first advantage is, when I was campaigning, me being the representative of the people, I realized that the many fundraisers people are doing, they are doing for secondary school. It was even worse to note that people are doing fundraisers for only 10,000 or 9,000 shillings. So I promised my people that for day school, I will look for a solution. Of course, I campaigned on a platform of being a solution-oriented leader. And the easiest that I saw that I may bring solution to was the day school. In the day school, at least we will relieve the parents the burden of paying that mere 9,000 or 10 or 15, because the fee structures were starting from 7 to around 12. I think there was one school on 15. Or was there a school on 15? There was a school on 15. So that is the first advantage. At least we'll have lessened the burden to parents. Number 2, we will not have problems with the CDE, the chiefs, and all those people who are ensuring that students go to school. Because now, there will be no reason why parents are making their school-going children be at home. So at least that you see, Madam Rachel has said that at least the percentage of people going to school now increased. So we will not have students remaining at home. Number 3, which is equally important, is that for you, principals, will have amalgamated the monies and at least given you at a go to enable you plan for your school. You're the same who told me, I did not even know that, but you told me that even those fees that are being paid, or the fee structures you give, 12,000 or whatever, only 70% thereabout that you can collect. You cannot collect all. And it was the basis of our discussion to the point of us getting the figure we are giving you. So it is a win-win situation for the parent, for the child, and now for you principals. Number 4, the other advantage of this CEBI was also us as an office, me as their leader, that I have actually impacted positively on them. And as a result, because there's a saying that scratch my back, I scratch your back, it is like I have scratched their back and they'll also scratch my back, in that when the time comes for wherever I stand in any the only problem that cuts across the entire constituency. Electricity doesn't. You give a village electricity, others complain. You give this side, others complain the other side. The roads, you make a road in Kaptel, Kombe complain. You make a road in Kombe, people of Kapibibil complain. But CEBI cuts across the entire constituency. And that is why I take this very seriously, and apart from it also helping you people in your administration, it is helping all of us. So this is one program that is a win-win situation for all of us. It also makes our work easy in terms of disbursement. Just imagine today alone, we are going to disburse a whopping 15 million. By the time you're getting out of here, you may 15 million kabisa hapa. It is not a joke. Yeah? So sometimes it looks small, but then when you get 15 million, you get bomb, but you're saying mess I we may use that person. So at least it is good enough money that we need to be proud of. Even the NGCDF, which is under threat to go in Parliament. When I stand in Parliament, I usually tell whoever has an issue with CDF that the CDF is not from a member of Parliament. Me, I'm not walking out of this hole even with 1 shilling. In any case, I may be walking out with some casualties because there are people waiting for me everywhere. And this money is also not for the teachers, it is actually helping the students. And I'm very happy to declare that at least 4 schools are actually going with over 1 million. AIC Moi Kaputo, and thank you so much, Mwalimu, because Mwalimu of AIC Kaputo is one amongst you who has actually understood this program. In fact, he's the one who sells my ideas for Koinji. Thank you so much, Mwalimu. There is another school, again, Kiptuya Secondary School. Maybe the principal can, who is the principal? Oh yeah, you're here. Yeah. You are also going with 1 million shillings from here, plus And then we also have Kechire. Sasa wewe unachomoka bwana na milioni moja. So that is yeah, that is good. And lastly, Kozrai, though usually I have it now, even Kozrai now should be having no issue. Once in fact, if Kozrai declare that they don't need the money, then it will fit many other schools here. They are also going with 1 million shillings on Kozrai, yeah? Over 1 million. Yeah, so those are the 4 schools in this first disbursement that they are going with 1 million. And even in the second and the third disbursement, they will get an equivalent amount. So those schools that I have mentioned, all of them are now going to be over 2 million shillings that we are going to give them as CDF. And then now, we also have only one school which is less than 100, and that is St. Paul's Captain Girls. I think there is an issue with the there's an issue there because the students are still few. So that is the only one. Otherwise, all the rest would be schools that are over 100,000, and at least schools also that are between 500,000, over 500,000 to 1 million. At least we have 6 schools. So 6 schools, Nazile 10 schools, which will be actually having more than 500,000 and above. The rest now will be between 100 and 500. So at least it is an amount which is good enough to help you in your institutions. So I actually employ on new people, and Madam Rachel to really assist us, because I don't know whether we will be going for Parents' Day to actually go and say it on our behalf. The other day, Silas did a very good job. He was in Kosarai High to talk to the parents, because there are parents from different sections who sometimes don't also understand these things quite well. And I would really want the schools who feel that they do not, that this program is not helping them, to actually declare, instead of us not achieving not achieving the goal, because what we are trying to do is to lessen the burden of the parents. So if we do not, sometimes I'm embarrassed. Still leading in academics, and it can also be as a result of this issue of students not being sent home. So I really call upon you people to candidly give us your thoughts, add your thoughts in this. We're here, full house, to actually hear what feedback you teachers have. And I'm happy now that the constituency officers are around here, because they're usually also on my neck saying, wewe unasema mmelipia watoto yet parents are complaining. So it is good because I have my various representatives. Maybe just before I sit, on behalf of the entire team, especially of constituency, maybe I can donate 1 minute to the manager and the assistant manager just to add their weight on this just before the teachers react. So maybe Bonatano, you can say something because you are part of this program. What your thoughts are, you've never shared to the teachers. It's a golden opportunity that I'm donating a minute for you.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, and principals. So I'm calling upon at least just comply, because there was only one school which was having a fee structure of 15,000. Others were 12,000 and below, around 7,000. An average was 9,500. But as we speak, in our office there, we have fee structures from the schools which are still 12,000. I don't want to mention any school. And you have heard clearly from Mheshimiwa that collection of fees usually it's around 70%. 70% of maximum 12,000 is around 8,000. Now that you have been given 9,500, there is no reason as to why you are not complying to 9,500. That is 5,000 from this office and 4,500 from parent. Also, we can agree with CDF and Mheshimiwa. If to pay 1,500 is still a problem, for a parent to be given a receipt of this one from CDF, awe atakuwa amelipa 1,500. That's the partnership, so that we collect 100%. You will not run short of the budget of the schools. Thank you so much.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa. Let me also take this opportunity to add some weight to this program. I'm very happy that I was among the teams that made the benchmark to Kiharu, and I was privileged to look at all the tabulations that were made prior to making the decision to have the figure at 5,000. Ideally, it was supposed to be around 4,500 if I'm not wrong, but because of some different logistical issues, Mheshimiwa agreed to have it at 5,000 per student. That was giving the schools nearly or almost around 70% guaranteed of the fees collection. Ile ingine kidogo 4,500 ilikuwa shule kung'ang'ana kuhakikisha kwamba wazazi wamelipa. Maybe what I would just add is that we should not be having any challenges working with the figures that we will come up with, because they are actually sufficient. We cannot be having the same figure working in Kiptuya and the same figure not working in Kapten, or the same figure working in Koserai and the same figure not working in Mutwot. It's absolutely absurd. We can't have that kind of scenarios. I know there could be different things. Maybe some schools have more POM teachers or something, but that is completely different arrangement that you need to discuss with your parents. It doesn't mean that it's not going to make this program not work. So let us work towards ensuring that we have 100% compliance. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Asante sana.
Thank you so much for those remarks. I think Tashma was clapped for, I think he touched a place that the head teachers yes, the partnership issue. So actually, I think I'll end at that, but just as a rider in what Tito was saying, initially we were actually comfortable in paying 4,500 and the parents giving another 4,500. We were actually at 9,000 initially. The chair with a small team, if I can still remember, came and made an appeal huko was school in Bomain. And at that time, I think I added a 200 kwanza kidogo ama 300. Kidogo we negotiated mpaka wakasema jega yaringi ya what in told me to add that that 500. And I believe nilifurahia hiyo sana because mulinda piga hesabu and then you saw that mutalemewa kidogo. That is the kind of negotiations I want you people to be making. In the unlikely situation that you see it is not working, you better come back.
At least 2 or 3 feedbacks, and then we can continue. Now, I want us to have a word. I don't know if we do appreciate the program. Kama kuna mwenye anasema anataka kutoka kwa program, this is the opportunity. Karibu mwalimu.
Protocol Officer Paul of St. Paul Kamache. Honorable Bieko, having joined Chesumei last year, third, this is a great program. I know what was happening where I was. And when I joined here, I realized things are great. Work of the principal in exercising control and management of resources has been enhanced from your office. I want to appreciate you, and indeed, we as principals appreciate that decision. It was a great decision. Keep it up. We are happy about it. Thank you.
Wapi makofi ya mwalimu. Asante sana. I don't know who should I give next. Tusikie feedback venye program inatupeleka. Nitapatia Mr. Wanda afungie, so don't worry, you will hear his voice, lakini atafungia. Jenda?
Mheshimiwa wetu mpendwa Paul Biego, afisi yake na afisi ya CDF, walimu wakuu wenzangu na wasalimu, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Wajua
anapouliza kwamba kama kuna yeyote anataka kujitoa katika mpango huu, kidogo mimi ninashangaa, kwa sababu kwa hakika ikiwa kuna mtu wa aina hiyo, huyo itabidi tumsaidie, labda tumpeleke mahali akapate matibabu. Kwa sababu tangu mpango huu uanze, nafikiri hatuna matatizo mengi. Mheshimiwa, shikilia hivyo hivyo, shikilia hivyo hivyo, manake mimi ninajua kuwa ni mpango huu, labda hata shule ingekuwa imefungwa, lakini kwa sababu ya mpango huu bado tunaendelea kama kawaida, sawia na wale wengine. Mpango mti, Mheshimiwa, na mpango huu mimi ningependa kuwaomba walimu wakuu wenzangu, tunapokuwa kule tumtilie pondo mheshimiwa wetu. Usiende kule na pesa ama hundi, polepole chini chini utangaze ya kwamba hizo pesa zimetoka wapi. Na ikiwa watajua ya kwamba mbunge bilie siku za usoni na siku zake za usoni nataka kukuombea Mungu akuneemeshe, Mungu na akupe nguvu na hekima hiyo izidi, ili uendelee kuwa wa manufaa katika Chesumei hii. Na sisi tunakuhakikishia kwamba fedha hizi unapotupatia, tunaenda kuzitumia vizuri kuhakikisha kwamba tunaboresha viwango vya elimu katika shule zetu hizo ambazo zinaitwa sub county secondary schools. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa.
So all protocol observed. I want to also say something about this program, Mheshimiwa Polo. Someone has said that this program is so good, it will benefit our parents and people on the ground. Elsewhere, so that is a plus. Elsewhere, we also have the program in food distribution program, which is also inconveniencing. It's not accurate. Now, I think the only other problem that I think we have to improve on is actually the delays. I know, we know that we had reasons for that. We had a court injunction, I think, that challenged the validity and the constitutionality of this policy or this program. Now that it was thrown out, it was quashed, I'm very sure and certain that come next term, you will have a bit early. Let us have this initiative funds a bit early so that we don't, in any particular way, in any way, inconvenience or send students home. Because you realize that from January up to now, we've never had, yet we are not supposed to charge anything or to send students or learners home for foodstuffs and the rest. It's only the 1,500 for the whole term. So from January up to now, it is not practical to Otherwise, this is a noble program, like majority of our members have said. I think we are going to benefit, and we will adhere and abide by the rules that are there. Now, we have had some kind of seesaw. Like what we did, we almost sent students away to get something, like even maize and beans for them to remain for those 2. Why don't you have 25 million in total, so that we avoid blame game where you are giving us a window to still charge. Unajuana kiasi. Asante sana.
Asante sana. For the benefits of the others who don't know you, kindly mention your name and the school.
No, I'm James Sebastian Slagat, Principal St. Sylvester Sironoi.
Sironoi, St. Sylvester. Asante sana. Now we have gender coming in fully. Wacha tuanze hapa.
Nimeona tu ni balance gender. Ndio mheshimiwa asione ni kama akina mama hatuna. Asante. Tunashukuru sana kwa hii program ya CEBI, imetusaidia pia sisi katika shule zetu. Na ninaketi na mtu wa milioni 1, najiuliza maswali nitafanya nini ili siku moja pia nibebe kundi kubwa. Ni kama kwamba sisi wenye tuko na boarding upande huo unatunyima kidogo. Sijui hizi shule zetu zenye zina bweni tukue sasa fully day school ndio tupate hundi nono kabisa. Hata hivyo mheshimiwa, asante, imetusaidia sana hizo pesa, itatusitiri. Kwa kweli tulikuwa tumefikia mahali ambapo hatukujua kesho itakuwa namna gani, lakini kwa sasa tuko na uhakika kwamba kesho kuna chakula, kuna maharagwe, kuna mahindi. Kama wa principals tutalala, maanake tunajua kesho iko sawa. Hii program iendelee. Pendekezo langu tu ni kwamba wale wa bweni na ni wa Chesumei pia wanaweza pata 5,000. Wale wa bweni, wenye wako bweni na ni wa Chesumei. Naelewa kwamba wale wako bweni wende wanatoka sehemu mbalimbali na wana benefit kwingine. Ikiwa wanatoka Chesumei, wanaweza pia kubenefit ili hundi yetu pia ikuwe nono kama ya Kakuto. Asante sana, barikiwa.
Asante sana kule nyuma tafadhali.
Our MNA, the protocol observed, good morning. This is Kelly from Captain Girls. I want to say that I want to thank our MNA for this program. Although he mentioned that the only school that will go with a check of below 100 is St. Paul's, I want to say thank you for the little that we are getting. We appreciate. It has helped us to keep afloat, because at the time you began that program last year, we were at the verge of closing the school because of population. Now I want to say that this program is very good, and you have you are laying a good foundation for the future of education in Kenya. For the level of majority of our schools, which are day boarding or purely day, you have laid the right direction for future. Now it happens that we are suffering from low enrollment because of other factors, but also one of them is the CEBI program. Transferred to day schools. I have the data. Most of the transferees went to join and benefit from the CEBI program. So I want to say that what Madam has said is what I would have also said, that if you can cushion the boarding schools in Chesumei with some of that 5,000, it will help us to attract more students who are preferring boarding and to maintain those who are already in boarding. Otherwise, I want to say thank you. We began the schooling last year to keep us afloat, and we are able to get a few students from within the catchment area. And I want to say that program is positive because the leading girls in our school in Form 2 and 3 are the scholars, because they are able to be in school throughout. Most of them come from homes where their parents are tea pickers, and they are kept in school, and I've been able to see that they learn and benefit from this program. And finally, I want to also speak from my experience at Captain Girls that Mheshimiwa, because your heart is with the children, that they get good education. I'm praying that you check at schools of our constituency, including my own school, apart from the 5,000 coming down for border. Mheshimiwa, I want your attention on this. I know what you did at MSOS Technical to populate it. And I'm praying that if you can do it the same for our school, St. Paul's, we have very good facilities. We thank TSC, we have 9 TSC teachers with a very low population. We only need students. We have, if we can get some scholarship floated within the catchment area, we can still have more students and keep our school running instead of getting closed. Otherwise, thank you so much. God bless you for this wise initiative.
Asante
Live
sana.
long, Mheshimiwa.
Asante sana. So Mheshimiwa, perhaps you will expound what you did to MSOS. Ni kama hapo kuna demand kidogo, tuone kama tunaweza extend ifike kwa secondary schools. Karibu mwalimu.
Thank you very much. Our member of National Assembly, Chesumei. I am Chesang, Principal Martindale Secondary School, Kipngero. A lot has been said, and let me just add one thing. This program of CEBI has really helped day schools within this constituency. And I wish to compare notes with my constituency, which is Saboti in Trans Nzoia County. I've said this and I've continued saying this. I've said this before, that this initiative, I cannot basically compare it with any other initiative that we have, for example, in Trans Nzoia, because this program has really cushioned our students, our learners within our schools. I wish also to disabuse the fact that we are receiving our checks today to go and support our students. I know and we understand how this country works. There has been a delay, and though there has been a delay, we really appreciate what this is doing to our children. I just want to urge you, don't get tired, don't get fatigued. Keep on with this program. It is really helping. It has changed even the enrollments within our schools. And parents have positive vibes about what this program is doing within our communities and within our localities where we come from. So I want to urge you, Don't get tired. It can be improved in terms of maybe raising up one or two things, but ultimately it is a wonderful program and we really appreciate it. God bless you. We shall take the report to areas where our schools are located. And once we receive the checks, I think we shall almost slap it on our foreheads so that we tell everyone that you see this check, this is the Chesumei CEBI check. So it is a good thing, and God bless you and your entire team of the CDF. Thank you.
Makofi kwa mwalimu. Asante. So that I don't close anybody out. We still have a feedback. Asante. If we don't have, let me take it back to Mheshimiwa to respond on the few issues. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Yes, thank you so much for all of you who have at least made your comments. It's basically almost the same. Even those who have not spoken, I know they are around and about the same issues. Now, I must say that the teacher from Sironoi, Sebastian, you raised the concern, which I'm 100% sure, and I assure you people that in second and third term, your disbursements will not delay. The delay was probably only this first term. But going forward, let us also pray that this is a feedback that I'll have to take to Parliament, and we'll also have to compel Treasury that on first term, at least let them release a bit of money so that it does not cause delay across the country. So let me try and work on that. But the promise I'm giving you for now is that on second term, in fact, we could. Which day is second term opening? We could even put the date today. It's opening on? May the what? Now, is it the 5th, 6th? Is that the opening day? Second. 28. That's the opening. That's the opening of second term. So probably we should do it in either the first Friday or latest the second Friday. Meaning, let's put this date 2nd or 9th. 2nd of May or 9th of 9th is better. 9th, But so actually let us set that date on 9th. I hope there will be no other national activities that can stop, but let's put 9th or thereabout. Yeah. I think that would be good. And then in the third term, when are you? You know you have term dates already. When are you going back? 20? 28th August is on a Thursday. Either 25th or 1st September is when you're going back. I don't know when. You don't have the calendars for 25th August. Is when students are opening for that time. Yes. But then we'll either put it for 5th or 12th. 5th or 12th is better. The first, if they open on 25th, the first Friday is 29th, the second one is 5th, and the third one is 12th. It could be fine, eh? Yeah, so let's put it for 5th. So let us align with our calendar here. So that, 5th of September, proposed, so just a proposal, which we need. Yeah, so Sebastian, I think we have just, then we will also now try the open, because the opening is where the first term also has a big issue. See, now we are giving almost towards the end of the term. Okay. There is also somebody who talked about, I think, Madam here, seconded by the other Madam from Wayne, and the Madam from Captain, yes. Yes, you both talked about first and foremost the borders benefited. You see what happens with the beneficiary, the mode of bursary disbursement on borders is usually we go to their polling stations. I actually devolved. There's also one advantage that for the visitors who are from far, bursary disbursement in Chesumei, I actually devolved from being distributed from the chief's office because the location office was too far. I devolved the bursary issuance to polling stations. So now we usually give out bursaries through the polling stations. The advantage of polling station is one, accountability, so that if we take 200,000 from polling station, they will account for it. It is free and fair, and for them to be able to identify the right students. So we usually give them through the need basis. The student who really is in need, kuna mwenye hana pesa, kuna mwenye hakuna shida kabisa. And that's the criteria that is being used to disperse those ones for secondary. Nevertheless, in my wildest dreams, I don't know how that could be possible, but it is a very good suggestion. We will take the data. I think Tito, while we are going to address, or where we are going to look for data for this new, we can actually take up an exercise to just find out how many borders do we have in Chesumei. The only problem now, we will receive a call. Is actually reasonable and doable if amongst all our schools the enrollment of captain girls for whatever reason is low, and if they're up the task and the facilities and everything is okay, the performance is sio mbaya, then actually you know you are the elites of this constituency, and you have realized that there's something we have done in Exos. Why are you leaving for me alone to tell people that we have done something with Exos? Exos was on the verge of actually dying. The principal came at the board of management, and they were saying they were actually closing ile ya ukweli. When I got into this into the GC, I thought about it, and now that's how we agreed. And thank you so much, because of my committee members are also very fast thinkers. we thought about it and said, let us sponsor now in each and every polling station, as we are distributing the bursaries for day school and tertiary and universities, let us mandatorily allocate money for MSOs. And actually it has worked. So if it worked for MSOs, why not Captain? We can do such a thing. There are professionals who did the same thing in Mosoriot. I was from Mosoriot school. And once there were people who sponsored Mosoriot students. From 36 students last year, they are now around 165 because there was a sponsor somehow who sponsored. I think our people like free things, kabisa. Madam, that one is doable. Thank you so much also, Mwalimu Kipsang from Martin Lel. Is it Chesang? Yeah, Chesang from Martin Lel, who actually, you have applauded the program, that it's really helping the day schools. We are happy to hear that. Na mwalimu pia kutoka Sixigate mwenye amechapa Kiswahili kabisa, Mr. Wando. Wewe unastahili kuwa huko Tanzania. You know Tanzania? The Tanzanians are accusing us, wanasema Kenya wameharibu Kiswahili kabisa. Wakisikia tukiongea Kiswahili wanaona sawa, sisi tuongee Kiswahili sawa sawa. So asante sana mwalimu, kwa sababu at least umenena na umesema kuwa you are short of saying anybody who feels like pulling out from this program. I think you must have been saying achukue Mathare, but you were very polite. So asante sana mwalimu. I think basically that was it in terms of response in what you have said, but I'm happy that the program is working and nobody is willing to leave that program. But now I want you also to work hard on two things. One is on capitation. Try as much as possible to register all your students so that you can also benefit on capitation. Why we are coming in for the lunch program is because we are assuming that you are maximizing on capitation. There are some schools that were telling me that the students, they cannot get full money for capitation because you have put a birth certificates, and I had told you at the time, if there's such kind of schools, let us know so that you can see how I can facilitate and how I can help you get those certificates. And then the one that is sad a bit, and I not mentioned it, was the issue, and actually I have seen, you know, when we walk around, and it is sad to note that there are some very $16 million thereabout, but of course there is Namgoi who we are told to hold kidogo, but I think the principal hapo hatari sana. I think he has also said And you now, you will be the fifth school actually over a million, having 1,085,000. I think at that time it was 1.6, if I can remember, last time, or how much was it? So at least we will have to now, students who ambao tunakata kwako, there are other students who are in our neighboring schools. Like now, in the age of Kosrai Ward here, tuko na Toulon. Students from Kapkibimbil now who go to Toulon will be able to benefit at least from our program. Students from Dubineti will be able to, will also be able to benefit. Students from Sigot will also benefit, and very few from Kimokoch who go to Kimokoch and Kamobo. I think those are the schools that we have earmarked to assist students, because there was a lot of cry from parents of Chesumei Day saying that they're in Chesumei, their day, and yet they are going to other constituencies, and those constituencies don't have a program like this. So at least I'm happy that that will be the first disbursement, and of course the second disbursement will be a disbursement of 10 million, and the third disbursement will be a disbursement of 6.5. So this program alone, in the monies of bursary, would take a whopping 32.5 million to directly to you people. And why we cannot put on board also all the others is now there is a maximum percentage that has to be allocated on bursaries. So we are very keen so that we don't surpass that maximum, and so that we also have money for the day school, secondary schools, boarding schools, secondary boarding schools, and tertiary and university. And of course for our MSOS program. We also have a program from MSOS, as you have mentioned, that at least we are sponsoring. In fact, we would have had them on board today, MSOS, but we will make for them a function. Tutawachukulia check yao over 1 million in MSOS. They would have also been here today. So that is it. And for transparency purposes, we actually kept a maximum. Chesumei, we put to maximum. We have allocated, this committee allocated 70 million onto bursaries. And in this 70 million, that 2.5 is going today. What remains is 37.5, which now we are going to give to those other sectors. So that is it, and I think I have responded, unless there is one that I have not responded on. Is there anything that is still pending, or something that is not right for us to correct? Because this is now where we will correct anything that is wrong. If anybody feels that they want to speak without the media, we can cut her. That's maybe if that is what somebody is also fearing, but these things are otherwise very transparent. So, is there anybody who wants to make a comment? Yes, Mwalimu from Rambwe.
Maybe we'll ask the media to
sana. At least tumepata feedback from you teachers. I don't know if one of the point when anaweza jaribu kusema chochote. I hope things are clear. Naweza kuwa tumekuwa kati kidogo, sijui kama uko na maneno. One person from the liaison office say a word. Okay.
Member of the Cabinet, and all protocol officers, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm shocked today because he's talking of other principals. They have accepted the program, and we have a problem.
Okay, thank you, our appointment from Kosrai. You have spoken very well, and maybe since the principal is here and yet he had opted not to say any word, means that he is compliant. Basically, when we say if anybody is not compliant, they should say. And I know that same Kosrai, one of our members and the CBE staff one time visited their PT, was it the parents meeting or PT or something? And I think it was discussed exclusively. And I believe now that it's a single school, Kikwech, we can handle the issue. However, thank you so much for being very bold that there's a problem there. And we shall actually, you said you want a response, so you will get the response. We are just going to go outside, we will go inside the office. We should now be compliant. So, with no further ado, I think the time has come when we were all waiting for. And since we have a dummy check, Hajj. So we're just using last year's figure and just wishful thinking that Namgoi Secondary has given us the right figure too. Very right. Yeah. No, you look like a bishop, so I think, I think we can trust your age. Yeah. So sawa. So let's go out there for a group photo, and then if it is favorable for us to distribute there, then that is okay. You will feel it is not very appropriate. Do you think we're gonna come back here? Who are day scholars in Form 3 and now when they are in Form 4, they are boarders, and they can have a risk of having double funding because we can fund them in the polling stations, and then again we have given. So take note that those students. Thank you so much. God bless you. Let's go outside.